PGL Cluj Napoca is set to start and it's going to feature an all best out of 3 Swiss format, so no space for upsets. At least, we'll see. A total of 16 teams will be attending and only 8 teams will make it to the playoffs. And only 1 team will win the lion's share of $1.25 million. In this video, we're going to look at who we think is going to qualify for the playoffs. We're going to give some interesting storylines, some facts, some info about the teams, just so that you can enjoy the games a little bit more, because you know what is going on. My name is Bert Burlington. I do deep dive videos, I do analysis, I do these type of videos, I do takeaways, I do everything related to Counter-Strike and more actually. So feel free to subscribe and don't miss any of my elite content, as some people have called it. Also, feel free to comment down below. I love talking about Counter-Strike and I want to hear your guys' opinions about Counter-Strike and just everything going on. First off, let's look at all the teams attending PGL Cluj Napoca. The Mongols, Faze Clan, Mouse, Team Falcons, Imperial Valkyries, Pain Gaming, Eternal Fire, 3D Max, MIBR, Complexity, Saw, Big, FlyQuest, Astralis, Wildcard, Virtus Pro. I will simply look at who I think will make the playoffs and will not cover any of the individual matches. We're going to look at the overall storylines and look at the teams that we think matter. And the first one of those teams is Eternal Fire. What happens if a no-brainer and a no-aimer walk into a bar? You get Eternal Fire. It's just a joke, just a joke, just a joke. But Eternal Fire are truly a no-brainer. Maybe they will not make it because of their not super big success. Maybe they expected a bit more from when they played the Mongols in the quarterfinals of IEM Katowice 2025. Because last time, when they had to qualify for the major in Shanghai, people thought they're going to be top 8, they're going to be legend status. But they had a disappointing result at ESL Challenger Katowice 2024. And after that, they completely capitulated in the major, not even going through the RMR. Will that happen again? I don't think so, but the chance exists. But still, Eternal Fire will make it through. The question then is, will they underperform again in front of a crowd? Well, we have to look at that next time in the next video about the playoffs. So subscribe for that one if you don't want to miss that one. The second team I think is going to make it to the playoffs is the Mongols. The Mongols are absolute monsters. You don't know what to expect, only that you know it's going to be a tough game. I feel like the Mongols is going to be a 3-0 or a 3-1. Unless they get Faze and Falcons Eternal Fire, because it's all randomized and it can go all wrong. But even then, I think the Mongols can get through, because they are a top 3 team after all. The third team that's going to make it through is Faze Clan. The new look Faze Clan with Elise is looking fine. I wanted more. I wanted more consistency. I wanted to have a higher level. I know you lost Robs, but you got Elise back for it, so you can't really complain. I want to see more improvement, and most importantly, I want to see a higher level of consistency. And I think it's time. Yes, it's only been a month or 2 since Elise is in the lineup, but you already got 4 of the same players, and you have been playing with them for 2 years now. So, slotting an Elise back in there who's competent and who will get the numbers. You know, no 4 months, no 5 months of like, oh, we'll have to see. No, I want results now. And I think this is the perfect spot to get that result. The level is very beatable for Faze Clan. And if you really need that extra bit to win this tournament, just pretend Elise is a stand-in. You know, it seems to work in the past. Just, come on, just pretend like, I don't know. This tournament is legitimately a tournament Faze Clan can win and should win, in my opinion. My fourth team. Speaking of teams needing to perform, Zonic's team Falcons is in dire need of a win. Their last big event was IEM Katowice playoffs, which was a year ago, and they haven't done anything ever since. Can a $7+ million roster make playoffs in this event? I fear so. I think so. They should, right? We'll see, but I think they will make it through. My fifth team to make the playoffs is Virtus Pro. Electronic has been doing well in the IGL position, but this is another test where they have to prove themselves. Other people would say, if they make playoffs, then yes, great job. But I think they should aim a little bit higher. I think they have to make playoffs and win a game to really show that Electronic is a player that can be an IGL in today's, game. Will they do it? They have the firepower, they have all the tools, they have the team behind them. I think they have to make semis at the very least if they want to prove themselves. But that's a topic for the next video where we look at the playoffs. For now, we're looking at the group stage, and they're gonna make it out of the group stage. For my sixth team, it's gonna be Pain Gaming. A big tournament for Pain Gaming and Brazil as a whole. There are 3 teams in the race for the best team of Brazil, and those are Furia, Pain, and MRBR, and the latter 2 are both in this tournament. And these 3 teams are this close to get that #1 spot of the Americas Legend spot, now excitedly called Stage 3 invite. Any good result for any of these 2 teams can prove themselves as the best team of Brazil and surpass Furia. I think the best candidate for this is Pain Gaming with Bigger Zera at the helm. We'll have to see, but I think they're gonna make it through. Okay, for these last 2 spots, I'm having a little bit of difficulty. I managed to get it down to 4 teams, and those are Astralis, Wildcard, Mouse, and 3D Max. 3D Max, I was legitimately wanting to put them to go through, but they recently made a change from Joko to Body. Body. Am I the only one who thinks it sounds strange? But that roster change made me fear that they would have some growing pains. I knew Body was the IGL and Fnatic, so I thought he's gonna take over the IGL duties. But in an interview with HLTV, Maka said that he is gonna remain the IGL and Body is only gonna be the secondary IGL. Which is pretty good actually. Body brings in more firepower, he brings in more experience, and an extra level of calling. So that's actually looking quite promising, because I feared this roster change could hurt him in the short term. But speaking of teams getting hurt, Mouse. They recently kicked Shui. Check it out in this video over here. It's an excellent video. Again, elite content, some people said. And now have Brolin as their IGL, world renowned and famous for not being an IGL. And Spinks, who brings a lot of firepower. But can this team make it through? They have a lot of firepower. They have a great coach in the form of Cyclone. Then there's Wildcard, which I like, for more than one reason. And they are definitely on the come up. Stanislaw is getting a lot of mileage out of players that are not bad, but also not good. I'm not going to be surprised if they make it like other people would be, but I'm still not going to make him go top 8, I think. And then we have one more team, Astralis. And the only reason why I put Astralis in the top 4 for the last 7 and 8 spots in the top 8, that's the last top 4 they're gonna make probably in some time. The only reason why I have them here is because they are Astralis. They are one of the most funded organizations with like a Virtus Pro and a Team Falcons and a Vitality. So they should make it through. And they have a lot of firepower, but they don't know how to use it. And that's where it goes wrong. You have Cadian, and Cadian is, like I said, castrated. He doesn't have his AWP, he's always at the bottom of the scoreboard. And I don't want to put the blame on Cadian. I think it's just bad roster moves. He shouldn't have been in a team where Device is still taking the AWP away from him. He's not doing it. It's just like everything is not clicking, and I don't think it's the players' their fault necessarily. I think it's the organization. And I will be making a video about the organization later on. So be tuned for that. Subscribe down below for that one. Alright, I think I made my picks. For the 7th spot, I'm gonna say 3D Max. I think with the new addition of Body and the excitement around it, I think they can make it through. I think there's gonna be a little bit of honeymoon period there. I think he brings some experience, he brings some firepower, small level, extra firepower. But it's enough. They're gonna do fine. Alright, I think they're gonna make it. And then the 8th team, I think, is gonna be Mouse. I think these 5 players put together with a coach behind them can make it top 8. I don't think Brolin is gonna be a master IGL. But I think this team will do it as a collective. I think they're all going to be shouting for each other. Oh, let's go here. I'm going to push this. All right, I'm just going to try this. And then they just shoot everybody's heads off like they do. Because they just have the firepower. Exertion, Spinks, Torzi, you know, Brola. Come on. They should make it through. It's going to take a lot of maps. It's going to take a lot of rounds. It's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But I think they're going to make it through. And those are my top 8 picks for the PGL Cluj Napoca. Be sure to subscribe for more content like the playoffs video, but also the Astralis video that I've been teasing for some time now. My name is Burt Burnington. It was lovely to have you. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments if you think my takes are not smart. Or maybe you want to say like, hey, nice shirt, I'm jealous. You should be. You should be. Or it's just like everybody say, just like, hey, elite content, bro. Good job. Thank you very much. And also thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully, subscribe. And then we'll see you. And have fun watching PGL Cluj Napoca. And we will see you for the playoffs. Bye.